I always try to create a delightful architecture that allows people to feel connected to nature, even in dense urban areas. I believe that the moment when one feels the most connected to nature in a house is a moment when sun shines directly into the interiors, especially in the cold winter. This is Ichinomiya City, Aichi Prefecture. The site is located near the Kiso River, and it's part of a city block with a north-south axis in the Nori Plain, which is flat and continuous. On the long east-west side, a house and a factory of the parents of the clients were originally located in the front and back. And they decided to build a new house on the vacant land between them. Textile production has been active in this area for a long time, and the sawtooth roofs were often used on textile factories, creating a unique townscape. This project is a house for a young couple and their 3 children. Considering the relationship with the neighboring buildings, I first thought that a one-story house with a size of about 11 meter by 11 meter would be suitable. And the client used to live in the house of the parents next door. The house is a very common traditional Japanese minka. A traditional Japanese minka has one large roof over the house, which makes the back of the interior dark, which keeps the house cool in summer but cold in winter. However, the client wanted a house that is bright all year round and warm in the winter. I thought that I could take advantage of the traditional sawtooth roof form that remains in the surrounding area. Sawtooth roofs on textile factories typically have north-facing high-side windows in order to provide consistent light throughout the work area throughout the year. However, in a house, the light does not necessarily have to be stable. Therefore, the normal sawtooth roof is inverted from north to south to allow the winter sunlight to reach the rear of the house, and the eaves are adjusted to block the summer sunlight. This house has 3 spaces. From the south, they are the covered terrace, the living, dining, kitchen space, and finally, the bedroom and children's area. The terrace is an open space protected by the roof with only columns to the south. The next living room is also open to the south but protected in front by the covered terrace. The next bedroom zone has more walls and it's more protected. In other words, the further back you go, the more protected the space becomes. Looking south from the dining room, the lower window connects to the city through the front terrace. The upper window leads directly to the sky. In the back bed space, the lower window connects to the outside through the living room, and the upper window connects directly to the sky. In this way, there is a series of spaces with 3 different levels of connection to the outside. I chose metal sheet for the exterior material because it was the most cost-effective. But I also chose white corrugated metal for the lining of the eaves so that the exterior, the covered terrace, and the interior ceiling finish could be the same, creating a sense of equivalence and continuity between the exterior and interior. The corrugated panels create a beautiful gradation of light. Most of interior finishes were done in light plywood because it allows for warm yet light space. The warmth of the sunlight streaming in through the windows makes us feel that the sun is keeping us alive. The same is true when the light changes with the movement of the sun, bringing brightness and shadow to the room throughout the day and into the evening. The accumulation of each individual's actions has a tremendous impact on the global environment. However, the gap between the scale of our immediate surroundings and the planetary scale makes it difficult to imagine the relationship between the two. And this is what has led to the current global environmental crisis. So therefore, I believe that we need to be able to feel a definite connection to the earth in the house in which we live our daily lives. To this end, it is important to be able to feel the beauty of these natural changes through this delight. To have the imagination to traverse the scales of our immediate surroundings and the planetary scale, and to continue to review our own values and our own behavior. However, to realize such architecture that connects with nature, it is not enough to simply open architecture to nature. In order to enjoy the change of nature, it is important for the residents to be able to act actively and to be appropriately protected from rain, wind, cold, and heat. It is desirable to be able to approach nature as if entering it, or to be able to face it from a distance and feel at ease. I believe that this house has achieved such a way of connecting with nature.